do what that book says. I'll tell you what it says. I won't shy away from telling folks what the book says. Somebody asks me, I'm going to tell you what it says. But it's not my responsibility to make anybody do what that book says. If I've told you, okay, that's the Holy Spirit of God that does that. Okay? Just like, when it comes to your salvation, the Lord may use some believer to tell you how to be saved, how to be born again, but they aren't saving you. They're not performing the process of you being born again. Okay? That's the Holy Spirit of God that does that. Neither is being lords over God's heritage, but being examples to the flock. Okay? Again, pastor stands up in front of the church. Okay? He has to be an example. He has to be an example in everything. Now, folks have faults and failings and make mistakes. Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, but that should be an anomaly when it happens. That shouldn't be the norm. And it goes on and says, and when the chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. That's one of the 5 crowns that can be won by a believer while serving the Lord. We're going to receive that crown at the judgment seat of Christ. And that one is specifically for faithful pastors, right there. That's a crown that only a faithful pastor can receive. Okay, the pastor is to do things the Lord's way, every time, all the time. Humility, meekness, having a real love, burden, and concern for the church is necessary if one is to truly pastor and to minister to the church. That's why after several years of being saved and experiencing a lot of things and seeing a lot of things and knowing the calling, and I came to a conclusion that a pastor should never have a congregation any larger than that he can know each member personally. How can I minister to people if I don't know you? If I'm not accustomed to seeing your face. Now, for some pastors, that might be 500, 600 people. They may be able to do that. Okay? They'll make a point of doing that. Some it may not be so many. Okay? And again, I know I'm being recorded. I know it won't be too hard for folks to figure out. But, I went to a church that also had the school where I was attending. Never once in all the years that I was there did I ever meet my pastor. Never spoke to him one-on-one, face-to-face. He wouldn't have known me from anybody. My opinion on that. I don't know that you could stand to that based on anything in the scriptures. They talk about the church in Jerusalem that, they started out, they had several hundred, then they got 3,000 in one day, then they had 5,000 in another day. But they also had a multitude of pastors. Okay. In order for a pastor to be a good example to his people, they have to see more of him than just the few minutes when he's up here standing in the pulpit. They've got to be able to get to know him as a person, and he needs to get to know you. That's why, for example, the couple of fellowship meals we've got coming up, that's one of the reasons why we do that. Make opportunity to spend time with one another. All right, we're going to stop there for tonight, though. Does anybody have any questions for me out of our text? We're in Timothy chapter 1, verses 6 and 7. We didn't finish verse 7. I didn't think we would. Need to get back in there. I mean, we got as far as not self-will, but now we got to cover not soon angry. And boy, I fight with that one, I'll be honest. Not given to wine, no problem there. No striker, not given to filthy lucre, but a lover of hospitality, a lover of good men, sober, just, holy, temperate. We'll cover all those things, Lord willing, next Wednesday night. All right, we'll stop there for